Hi, this is Seb, we're Evolve TV, and we're outside UCL University, and we're here with
Veronique.
Veronique. Nice to meet you. How you doing?
Good, thank you.
Good. Yeah, very good, thank you. So we're trying to get the young perspective on current affairs and what's happening at the moment. We've got a general election coming up.
Yeah.
Do you think that now is the right time for the country to go back to the polls?
I think that sort of like the political climate in general is quite like, no, it's very, there's a lot of tension, but I mean, it doesn't mean we can't sort of talk about these issues. I think that someone young like us, we have to face these issues and be honest with ourselves. I mean, it's scary, right? Because there's like a lot of rhetorics going on, and you don't really know who to trust, I guess. But I think these are things we have to talk about. Like even with the general election, it's imposed on us, but it doesn't mean we can't deal with it, right? So I don't know.
Do you think that the major parties and their leaders, do you think they engage young people enough?
No, not really. I don't think they engage. I mean, I don't feel. No, I don't think so.
Well, yeah, I mean, logic says that, they know that older people are more likely to go out and vote, so that's why they try to target the older vote. But there's such a large proportion of young people who are becoming more engaged that maybe if they spoke to them more, it might help their cause.
Yeah, I think they should reach out to young people a lot more. Just because, I mean, the thing is, the reason I think that young people are more out there is regardless of like technology and social media, it's the fact that things are affecting us a lot more than before, and so because we have access to all this information, we tend to trust less what they say, but what the general sort of feeling itself. So if they came out and told us what they actually were about, yeah, I think that would be a more like bottom-up approach than just basing yourself on sort of like already like made like, how do we say it in English? Like when you vote by partisan, like partisan.
Yeah, but partisan. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So people who always vote for the same.
Yeah. Because these things don't matter at the end of the day. I think. Like, I mean, I'm French, and like the French election was exactly that. People voting because they follow a certain, idea of what, politics are, but at the end of the day, that's not what actually happens, So it's really about, like, what you're about, talking about what you're about, and then really, I don't know.
Yeah, so, I mean, we've had... Yeah, that's fine. So this is the third time that in the UK that we're going to vote in 3 years, a national vote, and in the last two, large proportions of young people didn't go out and vote. Why do you think that is? Why do you think young people aren't actually going out to vote in these elections?
I don't think they feel inclusive within that process, simply. Because if you're for example, the issues that are brought up in certain campaigns, are they issues that pertain to young people? Probably not, because they don't feel like they're concerned. So obviously they're not going to want to go vote. I think that's the whole issue. It has to be more like the speech, the problems, the issues have to pertain to young people. If you're going to talk about employment, and don't focus on like immigrants and how they're taking your jobs. Focus about, okay, what issues do the youth encounter whilst not getting jobs? Is it only about immigrants? No. Is it only about how, a job applicant is going to write his CV? I don't know, certain issues that make it harder as a process for someone to get a job. Not about who to blame in that, it's about thinking about all these different aspects that are obviously not. It's just about inclusiveness. If you want to appeal to the youth, you have to talk about them in issues that are actually relevant. Getting a job, or going about tuition fees, how expensive they are, how living in London is incredibly hard as well for people, balancing between job and studies, like issues that do matter. Because that's just it, I guess.
You don't live in the UK, so you won't, do you? Or are you able to vote in the?
No, I'm not going to vote.
Okay, if you could, who would you be voting for? Do you think?
Oh, the Labour Party.
Sorry?
Labour.
The Labour, Jeremy Corbyn.
Yeah.
What do you like about Jeremy Corbyn?
Can I take that back and say that I don't know? I can't make a constructive I can't say why. Like personally, it's because like the Tories, the Conservatives are. I'm not really a conservative person. Just say that.
So kind of tactical. Don't vote for the Conservatives.
That's contradictory because I just said that you shouldn't be voting on the basis of like partisanal kind of thing. But again, I can't make a constructive judgment. So I'm saying Jeremy Corbyn because I feel that certain of his the little I read about sort of British politics, I fall more into what he sort of thinks. But then I guess there are many things that I don't read about maybe that he does are not proper. So I can't make any constructive judgment about that. Sorry.
Did you follow the French elections closely?
Yes.
And were you happy that Macron won?
Yes. Yes, I am, because Marine Le Pen couldn't. No. We can't have her there. We couldn't have her there. Yeah.
Well, good. Well, thank you for talking to me.